Hi friends, so first off, I want to apologize for looking so rough today. I actually am feeling really sick, which is horrible because this is our first week of school. Tomorrow's professional development, Tuesday is we're in our classrooms, and then Wednesday's the first day of school, so fingers crossed this goes away. I took some Sudafed and took a nap, but this video has been so requested by you guys that I wanted to make sure I filmed it today because I told you I would. So I'm going to give you a walkthrough of my Erin Condren teacher planner. And it is not finished yet. You'll see that obviously it's not. I'll tell you what I still want to do to it, but this is just an idea so far, and then hopefully in a couple weeks I'll post an updated one of how it's working for me in the classroom and what improvements I've made on it so far. I do teach 7 grade levels. I teach kindergarten through 6th grade general music, so that's 700 students. I only see the classes, I see them once a week, so I have different classes Monday through Thursday. I see every grade once a day, K to 6, and then on Fridays I see them an extra time every month. So one Friday will be a Monday Friday, one Friday will be a Tuesday Friday, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure music teachers are like, I get it, we get the weirdest schedules. But yeah, I hope you guys love it. I am obsessed with Erin Condren anything. I have her life planners, I have her budget books, I have her monthly planners, I have the lesson planner, I have all of the accessories known to man, I have a pencil pouch, I subscribe to the surprise box. Like, I love Erin Condren. I think the quality of the products is amazing. I've never been disappointed. My orders have never been messed up, thank goodness. And no, I'm not getting paid to do this or anything. I just really enjoy the products. I'm a planner nerd, so this is like my thing. I love it. But if you are wanting to order an Erin Condren planner, I will put my referral link in the description below because you can get $10 off if it's your first time ordering. So yeah, let me know what you think. Comment if you have any questions and I'll get back to you. So this is my Erin Condren teacher planner. On the front I have just a bunch of pictures of my personal life, my trip to Nicaragua this summer, my dog, my family. I covered up my school name, but it says Miss Hillard and my school name, and I love these personalized covers because I just like looking at them, and the kids like seeing them if they see it sitting on your desk. They love seeing pictures of you in your real life. So this has personal information, but it's just who the book belongs to. This side is a dry erase side, which is really, really nice. I have the Erin Condren dry erase markers, which is, I use that mostly for if I have notes or like to do, something to do. So this one, classroom resources, I don't know what I'm going to use that for yet, but this is just information about the school and stuff, and then passwords to different websites and stuff, which I am going to use this year because I am a brand new teacher, so I have a lot of new websites and logins that I need to remember. Well, I'm brand new to my district. I've taught for 2 years, but I'm switching districts. I have not used these pages yet. This is the classroom events and volunteers page. I don't have classroom events because of music, but we will be going on field trips, and I will need, I think, parent volunteers for that, so I might actually use that this year. This will never be used. Helpful hints for substitutes. I am not leaving this information in this book with a substitute teacher. I'm sorry. And like, you wouldn't write students with special needs. Like, that is just, that breaks a lot of like ethics codes of teaching. So that's one thing Erin Condren really needs to reevaluate for next year. This page, I'm keeping the same. It's the communication log, and I'll be using this to track behavior. My school works on a step plan, so I think every time I move the kids up a step and I tell their teacher, that's when I will add them to this. And of course when I call their parents and stuff. And I'm going to probably have to add more pages into this because I have 700 students and behavior is a big issue at my new school. Now this is one of my favorite pages. It is the year plan. As you see, there's months for each one, but I ignored those. I'm actually going to find a sticker to cover those. But this is how I did my curriculum map this year. So you'll see, for example, 4th grade right here, and August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. It's my whole curriculum map. It's hard for me to plan because my students haven't really had a music teacher, like a real music teacher, in like 5 or 6 years, they said. This is from the staff and administration. So I'm not sure what my older kids know, so I might have to reevaluate this whole curriculum map, but hopefully it works out. Absent log I will not be using because I have 700 students and that's entirely ridiculous to write down every kid's name and what they missed that day. I'll take attendance, but not this. So this will end up being a communication log as well. The graph pages I've started to use a little bit. That was how I was trying to design my room. This page is empty. These pages are empty still. This is a couple random lesson ideas. They're not like whole lessons, they're just like fillers, like different fun instruments we could make or Skyping someone overseas. They're just little ideas for time fillers basically. And here are some notes that I took at our teacher training this past week. Now here is this is the August month page. This is the only one I've touched so far because we're not in any other months. And I turned these circles into like gratitude circles. So these are just things that happened already that I'm grateful for. So my vice principal is really excited. He used to teach music and he said I remind him of himself, so I wrote that down. And also the art teacher gave me like a welcome gift, which is so sweet. I didn't receive anything like that from my old school, probably because, you know, middle school and elementary are just very different and we're not as much as a team at the middle school. We were pretty much on our own. So I don't know, that just made me feel really nice. And then these are the things I have to do. The ones that are highlighted, I finished. And then the ones that aren't finished, I just colored the circles pink yesterday. But I actually got some more done yesterday. I will not be writing down birthdays here because 700 students means 700 birthdays, and those are obviously not all going to fit. Here's my calendar, and how I'm using my calendar as a music teacher is every single day I have the birthday and the year they were born of a musician, and you'll see that they're very different, but they're mostly people that they would recognize. So Kenny Rogers, Madonna, Gene Kelly, and then there's some like, well, I mean, my kids aren't going to know Gene Kelly because I teach in a really urban area. If they are, I'll be really impressed, but they're not going to know Antonio Salieri either, but some of these they will, like the guy from Panic at the Disco, Michael Jackson, Shania Twain. So every day we're going to celebrate a musician's birthday. It'll probably just be on the board and I'll mention it and we'll listen to a song by them as they're walking in, but yeah, I just think that's a really cool way to incorporate a little bit of music history, but I like to keep it more pop related so my kids think it's cool. And then I sprinkle in the classical stuff as to sort of trick them into being interested in it. And then over here you'll see that on this Friday, I said it's going to be a Monday Friday, and on this Friday it's going to be a Tuesday Friday. Here are my note pages. These were things that I wanted to make for my classroom. I made most of them. Some of them I haven't, some of them I'm probably not going to end up making, but I sort of wrote down like what materials I would need for them. And then this were things I need to ask before school starts because, you know, as a new teacher in the district, there are so many questions. And actually, I can knock off a bunch of these because I asked most of these things already, so go me. And here's your September page and all the same things. I filled in the birthdays for the first like 4 months, I think. Jennifer Hudson, they'll know her. Who else will they know? Avril Lavigne, Will Smith, Ludacris, Beyonce, and then Johann Bachbel, and Buddy Holly, and Leonard Cohen. You know, like, I'm just trying to sprinkle it in there. And I'm going to skip through all the months because they're all the same. Now to the part you really want to see, which is the lesson pages. So what I did is I took washi tape. You'll see there's a few different colors. There's 4 different colors because we have 4 quarters. So every quarter is a different washi color on the sides, and that just helps me figure out how much more time we have before, you know, grades are due and we need to know stuff. So here are my lesson pages. I downloaded a Teachers Pay Teachers resource to get these editable stickers. So I will link that in the description below. It was not expensive at all, just a couple bucks, I think. And I love Teachers Pay Teachers because, you know, you're supporting teachers, and I love that. But over here I have activities, and this is the 3-block size, and then national and state standards, this is the 2-block size. I wrote these all myself because she had different words in there, and I used the KG font pack, which I had bought off of Teachers Pay Teachers already, so I already owned it, so I didn't have to change the fonts. I just had the ones that she had included in the TPT. And then I think you can hear my boyfriend in the background playing video games. I'm so sorry about that, but it is what it is. This is just week 1. Kindergarten 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and all Erin Condren planners come with this like removable bookmark that you can use It's a measuring stick, but you can also just use it as a bookmark. And I don't know, I hand wrote everything out, even though K to 3 is basically doing the same thing on the first day. These are the standards we're hitting that first day. They're only standards for kindergarten first, because everything we're doing in 2nd to 6th they should have already done. But like I said, I have no idea where they're at, so therefore we're going to figure that out before we're hitting any standards. But yeah, one of the activities, so I'll give you a rundown. Kindergarten, I'm giving them about 5 minutes for us to enter and get seated, and obviously there will be a process for that, and it might take more than 5 minutes for them. 10 minutes for me to sing their attendance, tell them some easy rules, like how to enter and exit the classroom, and how to just generally behave, but I'm not going to go too deep into it immediately. Then we're going to play this musical game called Step on the Beat, which I love, 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 and that hits a state and a national standard for following and demonstrating beat. Then 5 minutes to read Violet's Music, which is a really, really cute book. And then if we have extra time, I'm going to explain this class competition behavior game board thing that I have on the wall, and 5 minutes at the end to review the rules and line up. That should get us through the first day. I think we are probably going to run out of time, especially with the book and just needing them to understand how to participate appropriately, but we'll see. I do have some other backup ideas, of course, if we have more time, but with kindergarten, I truly don't think we will. With the other classes, I am going to have to ask the students what they remember learning last year or in years past, because there's no information for me. I just know what they don't know, but I don't know what they do know, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've only done the lesson plan pages for the first 2 weeks. I printed them off and then cut most everything with my paper slicer, and all I had to do was trim the little corners. But if you don't want it to look that way, you could just slice it and it would be easier. But I love, love, love this planner. Once you get back here, these are all the lesson plan pages still. There is a student checklist, and I have exactly one for each class, and I've actually downloaded an editable form, so I'll be able to type the kids' names out. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably going to write it in erasable pen, because there's so much transiency at my school that, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But this is how I'm going to take attendance, and also how I'm going to keep track of some of their grades, like singing tests and just little tiny things if they're meeting standards and stuff. And these are all the checklist pages. I might washi tape the corners to show the grade levels. So like 6th grade will be one color, 5th will be one color, if that makes sense. And then you get through that. Sorry, taking a while. And in the back, you have my favorite thing, stickers. There are so many stickers. I have not used any of them yet. Oh, silly me. I'm going to cover up those months on my curriculum map right now, because there's actually things back here. Wow, I should have looked there. But yeah, I love her quotes all the time. A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. Like, I just love bright colors. I love things that make me happy, and these planners make me happy just because of their design. So that's why I like them so much. And there's a bunch of stickers, like if you wanted to use it for the calendar section, like meeting, note to self, testing, field trip, conferences. And there's also all of these sheets that you can fill in. And oh, here's the Teachers Pay Teachers resources that have not been cut yet. I printed them on the Avery full sticker sheet labels. And then you see, you just cut it, and you're going to have to trim those edges. And then you're all good, and you just peel off the sticker back when the little pieces are cut. And it's just that simple. I also love there's 2 pocket folders in the back of this, and there's also this little guy. What are these things called? A little slip thing. This is my district calendar, and this is a hot mess. We had a fine arts meeting with just the new music teachers this summer, and these were all the crazy notes I took during it, because I was so unprepared for the meeting. I didn't have a notebook or anything, which is clearly unlike me, because you can tell I'm sort of anally organized. And then on the back you have another dry erase dry erase board, and the back cover is sort of boring, but the front cover is so beautiful that it's okay. I love seeing my family and my trip to Nicaragua, and I just love it. If you like my videos, be sure to subscribe, and I will try to start posting, I'm going to start posting twice a week on Sundays and on Wednesdays, one teacher specific and then one more vlog style post. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the comments, and Bruiser says have a good week.